Hello, my beautiful people. So I did another video and it was depressing as shit. So I just scrapped that and I'm going to do something a little bit different tonight. So the stone I pulled was not this, um, which means need or necessity. And the rain puts me in a really weird mood. I had to drive into New York today with my son. It was pouring. And it's hard enough for us to drive into New York. But then, like, our GPS was being, like, absolutely nonsensical. Told us to make a U-turn in the middle of the bridge. So, like, it was super stressful. So anyway, the rain makes me, it's been pouring for a few days now. So I thought I would do something different tonight, to kind of pull myself out of this funk. Like, what is the thing that pulls me out of the funk? It's always music. Music is the thing. So some people do arts and crafts. Writing is also very therapeutic for me. But to pull myself out of a funk, I like music. So I thought what I would do is share with you three things. Listen, the list is an infinite list of things that I like to listen to and watch. But I thought I'd pull three things. One is a pipe tune that is is my favorite pipe tune played by my favorite band. One is just a song that we listened to today that I love Jackson Browne and I love this particular song. And then I picked a remake of a song because I love listening to remakes of songs. I love to listen to local bands play and put their spin on a tune. Like a famous one, that's not the one we're going to listen to, is Disturbed, the band. Their spin on the hell's the name of it? The Simon and Garfunkel song. Why can't I think of the name of that song? I'm going to link it below because I can't remember the name of the song. But you know what song I'm talking about with the boat and it's a great song. Great tune. I love a spin. It's going to come to me. I know it. I'm having a senior moment. What the hell's the name? I can sing it to you, but I'm not a singer. That's why I play a musical instrument. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Sound of Silence. Why could I not remember that? But anyway, so I like to listen to spins on songs. So I thought I would share with you the three things that I like. So the first I'm going to talk about, and I'll link all these below, is I don't know if I can split my screen now. Does it let me split my screen? Or do I have to like make a whole different video for that? I probably is pipe music. So I've been playing pipes since I'm about 13 and a half years old. And my favorite, I have lots of, like, there's bagpipe rock music. You've heard it in AC/DC and stuff like that. That's, the pipe part of that is actually not a tune on its own. It's like an add into what they're playing on the guitars. So people are like, play AC/DC. Trust me, you don't want to hear that because it's just like it's just a part of a piece of music. So there are the Red Hot Chili Peppers, there are, Seven Nations, like those are bands that have bagpipes in them, or the Chili Peppers are like mostly bagpipes, and then they have other instruments with them too. So that's a sort of genre within piping. And then there's marches and competitive piping, which I really enjoy, and what we call low music, or like marches, things like that. Dance music. I love playing dance music. I love listening to dance music, and I love listening to those things in competition. And then there's pibroch, which is classical piping, which I enjoy listening to. Pibroch is kind of like opera. You either love it or you hate it. My brother hates it. I love it. I like to play it. I like to listen to it. He hates both of those things. So the selection that I picked, which I'm going to bring it up on my computer screen, but you can't see it because I didn't share with you. Inverary District is my favorite pipe band because they're pipe major. I take lessons with him when I can, once a month, and he's just a super great guy. His name is Stuart Little, and he grew his bagpipe band from scratch in a school. And he's just like the nicest guy, and he's such a good teacher. And so one of my favorite tunes for pipe bands to play is called the Cameronian Rant. And it's a lot of fun, so you should listen to that below. if you want to know what kind of pipe music I enjoy, that is a particular tune. This is an MSR, which is a March, a Strathspey, and a Reel. So you can enjoy that. The second thing that I picked for talk about is Tender is the Night by Jackson Browne, and I'll link that below with the lyrics. And I think the reason I like that tune so much is that sunset is my favorite time of day. I don't sleep a lot, so I'm awake for sunrise, and I enjoy a beautiful sunrise. But sunset is when the boys were little, they always went to bed right around sunset, and that color of the sky, like when it's not quite, the sun hasn't quite set yet, it's not quite dark yet, but it's also not daylight. I used to call that remains of the day, and they always went to bed at remains of the day. And like, it's just such a beautiful, like, twilight is such a beautiful time of day. Like, whatever work you've done, you've done it for the day, and now you can reflect on it, and it's just a peaceful, it's beautiful. The fireflies come out. My friend who loves living in cities was like saying all the good things about living in New York City, because she went to med school there, and she's a podiatrist. She's retired now, but all the great things. And I'm like, yeah, but there are no frickin' trees, there are no fireflies, you can't have a fire, you can't like kick back and like just shoot the shit with your friends around a campfire all night, you can't sleep outside, you can't, there's no hiking trails. Like, you're a city person, you're a city mouse, you're a country mouse. I'm not necessarily a country mouse, I'm more of a mountain mouse. But I've lived in big cities, I've lived in suburbs, and I've lived in the country, and I live now in the mountains, and this is by far my favorite place. So anyway, Tender is the Night always reminds me of just my love of twilight. So that's why I picked that song to share with you. And then the third thing I picked is a trailer from one of my favorite video games. It should not surprise you that I'm a gamer, or was. I don't too much play video games anymore, because I used to use this particular game to teach, and I don't teach that class anymore, so I don't use video games, this video game for anything that I teach now. And it was the trailer for Assassin's Creed and for Unity. And I just think it's such a well done video. It's the trailer for the game. It's just such a well done trailer. But also, Lorde, I guess that's how you say her name, Lorde, remade Everybody Wants to Rule the World, which of course I knew that song when it first came out in the 80s, and I thought it was such a great recasting of the tune. Like, I like the tune then too, when Tears for Fears did it, but I love that version, and I love this version, just like I like Disturbed's version and Simon and Garfunkel's version of Hello Darkness, My Old Friend. The Sound of Silence. The Sound of Silence or the Sound of Darkness? These are the Sound of Silence. I'm having a senior moment. I'll link it below so you can hear it too. But I really do love the reimagining and taking music and making it your own, for smaller artists. I think derivatives and recastings are great. Some suck. Some really, really suck. But some are really good. Like, for example, one that I think is really interesting is Tracy Chapman. I love Tracy Chapman. I've loved her whole career. And that Luke Combs redid her tune and made it famous again. She's okay with it. I'm okay with it. They sang it together. It's a great, great tune. Like, I'll post that below too, in case you aren't familiar with the tune. I think everybody, Fast Car is the name of the tune. I think it's so awesome when people redo things. And in piping, I think it all kind of centers around, in the piping world, we play a lot of the same tunes. We have like tune books. When you compete, there are tune books that you can pick from. The books that kind of everybody has are called the Scots Guards books. And, but what makes it your tune, what makes it your song is, sort of the energy and the the purpose that you put into it, right? And the same is true, I think, for, the kind of work that we do in the spiritual world, right? Like, I can do an intention, and I was thinking about this when I was opening the Witch Casket box yesterday, because I don't identify with the witchcraft parts of the box, but my friends do, and I think, like Hestia made eggs, special intention eggs, right? And she put a lot of intentionality into the creating of the recipe and making them, and like I could make those same eggs that same way with her intentions, but they're not my intentions, right? So in this community of spirituality, whatever you're doing, you have to put your spin on it. You have to put you into it. We're always looking for saints and sages. I tell my students this all the time. In the academic world, we're always looking for somebody smarter than us to tell us what we should think about something. And that's a disaster, right? That's a disaster, because you can watch something and you can have an opinion, and maybe people don't agree with you. But that's okay. They don't have to agree with you. You're not responsible for what they think. You're responsible for what you think. And at the end of the day, what you think is most important. If you've ever read Dante's Inferno, the very first level that you get to, when you go past the gate that says, "Abandon hope, all you who enter here," is sort of the layer of people who were indecisive during their life, and their ankles are bit up by bees and maggots and stuff like that. It's fantastic. It's a great poem. You should read it. Maybe I'll link that below too. An interactive version that's easier to read, if it still exists. But anyway, I digress. I think, like, when we do, if you do a spell, or if you do an intention, or you do a ceremony or a ritual, or you sing a song, or whatever, like you make an arts. I was watching an arts and crafts thing with the lady who does the magical crafting. She was making her own oracle cards, and she's a beautiful artist. I could never do that. I could never make an oracle card. I could make them out of AI because I'm good at a computer, but I could never sit and paint like she was painting. But that's okay. It's okay to be different. It's okay to do it your own way. It's okay to, as we say in the hiking world, hike your own hike. You don't have to do it the way other people do it. You have to do it the way you are called to do it, and whatever that is. And so I think, these three examples of Inverary, playing their tune. In the piping world, that's sort of accepted. It's actually expected that everybody does, puts their own spin on a tune, or their own emphasis and angle on something. Looking at Tender is the Night, and just remembering that, Twilight, sort of that space between, that's an okay place. It's a beautiful place to be. And the trailer from Assassin's Creed. I hope I remember to link everything I talked about in here, because I feel like I talked about a lot, but I really kind of I needed to cheer myself up, because I had depressed the crap out of myself. And the rain does that to me, but talking about music brings me alive. So I needed a little bit of self-care. Thank you for indulging me. I am wishing you all the very best in light and love, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Be well. Take care. Bye-bye.